Both his sons, having played sport at a local level in Leeds, Andy and Fast Signs have a long history of helping local sports clubs and organisations like Kippax Welfare Rugby League, Garforth Rangers Football Club and North Leeds Cricket Club with products such as events banners, honours boards and changing room signage, as well as providing signs and graphics to the mighty Leeds Rhinos and Leeds United for over the last 30 years. So if you're involved in a local sports club, get in touch with Andy and his team for advice and help with your signs. Hi everybody, welcome to the Lot Pod, the Leeds Rhinos Lot 17-8 podcast, kindly sponsored by Fast Signs. Producer Chris and Eddy here. And a very warm welcome back to someone that's not been on since last season, I reckon. Iain.
Hi everybody. Hello Chris.
Hello you?
I'm well, thank you.
Great to have you back. It's been way too long. We've got a lot to catch up on with yourself and with this review. But before we delve into the match review panel for Leeds versus Hull, our Battle of the Bands podcast is...
Battle of the Bands?
Why do I keep saying Battle of the Bands?
I don't know.
Battle of the Podcast.
Is it because there's a band rehearsing next
Yeah, there's a band literally behind us rehearsing. The Battle of the Podcasts podcast is now available to watch over on our YouTube channel. That was an amazing evening.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? Such good fun.
Good laugh.
Great guys out there.
Great guys. We're talking about Jared O'Connor and Tom Nicholson, and of course from the Knock On Effect. Make sure you watch their podcast too. It is hilarious. Thanks to everybody that came down to watch it in attendance. Thanks to the Brotherhood. Thanks to Fast Science sponsoring us. Absolutely awesome. And our second special.
Yeah, we did it a few weeks back, but we decided to hold it back a bit, didn't we?
That's the Danny Maguire special.
It's going really well on YouTube, I think.
It's going really well.
People interested in that.
A lot of people
one.
watching. We've had some lovely feedback already from our interview with Danny, so go ahead and watch that now. And as I always say, pause this if you haven't seen the others. Pause this, go back, watch the Jared and Tom Nicholson Watton podcast and the Danny Maguire podcast, and then come back to this for dessert. Danny told us some really fascinating stuff as well, so it's well worth a watch. Match review panel time. We're going to review the game. We're going to hand out our Lackey Miller Fast Times Player of the Match, and then we're going to preview the Huddersfield game. So, classic Lot Pod podcast coming up. Hull FC 0, Nish.
And they were lucky to get nil.
Yeah.
Zilch. Nothing.
Nil point.
Nil point. Leeds 34. I'm going to start by saying I said Leeds by 32.
Well, you were wrong then, weren't you?
I was wrong again. Positives. What positives can the Rhinos take from this one, Iain?
Huge amounts of positives. Fantastic performance. It's difficult here to sort of sit here and went, who had a bad game? Because literally nobody did. And it's great at this point of the season to get a degree of cohesiveness. You got players coming into the squad, you got players coming out of the squad, and it is just the sort of thing that you need. 3 games out from the playoffs. The other thing is as well that probably hasn't been picked up on, and going back to the 99 campaign where Leeds had nailed the Challenge Cup but petered out in the playoffs. What happened then is that basically I think everybody was knackered. They were spent. But with the Salford players that are coming in, or the ex-Salford players, your Hankinsons, your Shorrocks of this world, you've got fresh legs. You've got folks who are coming in who are motivating. I mean, let's face it, they're all going to get paid for a change, which is a bit of a motivation for a change. And they're coming into the squad and they're slotting in and they're providing that fresh legs that otherwise we probably would be struggling with a few injuries and a few knocks here and there. Producer
Chris, what positives can the Rhinos take?
A nil.
Yeah.
It were potentially a tricky game, this one. So I think it was good to be so dominant, really. The positives for me, which might be, this is in the pod before the pod, I said it might be controversial, is I don't think we got out of first or second gear.
Yeah.
It was a good performance, but I don't think I think if we'd have been truly on it, it'd have been 60.
I think we left a few points out.
I think first 15, 20 minutes, we didn't... I think Brad Arthur alluded to it. We didn't come out aggressively like we have been doing. But then we were just good. But I don't think we got out of second gear, which is not a negative, but
it's a scary thought that we just twatted aside, nailed them.
Remember at beginning of the year,
second
I
year.
was fairly critical of the attack, and Brad Arthur and all the players were saying it will click. It's a new spine. Well,
here we are.
They were spot on, weren't they? And Ian's point is a very good one, and you've got to put that down to Ian Blease, haven't you? Getting the right players in at the right time.
Yeah, just that little bit of stardust.
Yeah.
And Callum Watkins and such.
I mean, probably the whole KR game aside, which was probably an exception to the rule is, but you'll tend to find that pretty much most games, even going back to, West London hoists at the beginning of the Challenge Cup, is most teams will probably not capitulate in the first 20 minutes. They will give a decent fist of it, and it was a little bit of the same yesterday, is that, Hull were reasonably competitive for the first 20, whether it was Leeds were maybe not on the game and it didn't click at that point, but as soon as the first score went in, a second score went in pretty quickly, and then fairly it was crumble time after that.
Yeah, they sort of smelt blood, didn't they?
Yeah, but you look at most games and they're not decided in probably the first 20 minutes, only in exceptional circumstances. Even when you've got, a Challenge Cup tie between a bunch of amateurs and a Super League side.
Super League side, yeah. Right. Positives to me, Jake Connor, but here we are again on this platform talking about a man.
Yeah, well, he's just not consistent enough, is he?
We'll start. I'll just break his game down as it happened. Really, a great bullet cut out pass to Hall. For the first try, he's just read it across, bang. I sort of felt from that moment that would, even though it was only 4-0, 6-0, that was the game.
Yeah.
I never felt. You agree with that, Ian?
Yeah.
Never felt that we're just going to go on and win from that moment.
Yeah. I think massive. I think it was the first score, and then that flood of confidence, and this lot are eminently beatable.
And then the kick from Croft in the air. Jake Connor rises, knocks it back. Watkins scores.
What on earth were he taking so long to look at that?
I don't know.
Well,
the video ref took an age.
I mean, you couldn't see in the ground because you probably won't pick this up on watching on TV, but it was all pixelated. There was something going on, so you couldn't really see anyway. But when I watched it back, and I'm like, what are you trying to not give this try?
Because it was given on the field, wasn't it? It was given as a try.
He never left his hand.
Yeah.
So it's like he's looking for reasons to overturn.
I mean, he did amazingly well to get down and get it, and not.
Yeah, he did.
But I'm like, stop looking at it.
Just give it. Just back yourself to give it.
If I watch it 8 times, will I get a different outcome? Mind you, isn't that the Einstein's definition of insanity?
It is,
isn't it? Watch it 8 times and try and get a different outcome.
For something different. And then he scored a great try.
Oh, I loved that.
From an interception off Brad Fash. What did you make of that one?
Well, most interceptions that you see tend to be flat passes and somebody breaks in the line, the sort of thing that Gary Schofield used to do often. Used to do on a regular thing. This was chucked 10 yards back. and Connor got there. And if you look closely on the video, he's trying hard not to laugh.
As he goes.
I mean, I posted on and suggested to Leeds when they were asking for nominations for Man of the Match, but apparently Brad Fash wasn't one of them.
Right, even with that assist. So his half back in space and picked him out perfectly.
He read it supremely, but it were almost one of the moments, where I can't believe he's just done that.
Yeah,
I couldn't actually believe what I was watching.
He just literally played him straight in. Were you expecting Connor to give him a bit more stick?
No, not to Hull.
I think had a bit more,
because I think the Hull fans still like him, don't they? And I think he played some good rugby there. I didn't think he were going to give him any stick. He gave him a little smile, didn't he? But I
hope he were going to stand up, giving him more V's.
No, I don't think he would against Hull. Maybe Huddersfield and definitely Hull KR. But I think he's got a bit of respect for him.
Yeah. But oh, how we laughed.
Yeah, we did all his laughing for him.
Oh, yeah.
I would just like watching it going, I cannot believe that has just actually happened.
Great ball, Brad. Great ball, Brad Fash. Halfbacks in space, put him in.
Yeah.
And the 4-pointer. And that's 18-0 after 32 minutes.
I thought when we were 18-0, I'm like, I think we can get a few more here before half time.
Going to go big. Yeah, massive. That's 18 after 32 minutes. Jake Connor gets the ball again. Grubber through. Morgan Gannon.
Yeah.
I don't even think Morgan could believe that.
No.
24-0.
24-0.
Job done.
Job done. It is complete. It is finished.
Stick a fork in.
Stick a fork in. It's done. And then another, we're kind of going towards the end of the game now, another assist from Jake Connor with a no-look pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
James McDonnell scores towards the end of the game, and the game finishes 34-0. We've spoke about him all year, as in us, me and Chris and others on the pod. It is your first podcast of the year, Ian. If I can cast your mind back to when Jake Connor first signed, what did you think of the initial signing, Ian?
Well, I know loads of people were critical of the Connor signing. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. You see, but it's kind of one of those things where you've also got to think that it's not just Connor, it's the coach that you have got with him.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you probably, again, for those of you who are slightly longer in the tooth like I am, you cast your mind back to Barry McDermott's career was fizzling out until effectively Graham Murray, and when Barry McDermott was on loan at Bramley for a period, until Graham Murray took him under his wing and said, right, this is what you need to do, sort yourself out. And then we got 4 or 5 years of great rugby out of him. Yeah. And it is very much that thing. It's the combination of a coach who is a psychologist, who is a man manager, you don't coach for 10 years in the NRL with a grade 2 RFL coaching badge, do you? You've done the time. And it is that thing of, right, this is what I want you to do, go away and do it. And he has, and he's been great. He's been fantastic. Absolutely no complaints. Just the person that we want to pull the strings, and also the Croft Connor combination is coming together now.
Flourishing, really.
Yeah, I think Brodie Croft has forgotten, Mr. Frawley, and
you almost forgotten yourself. Then.
Yeah, what's his name? And basically he's forgotten that, and he's now clicking with Connor, and their games playing off each other.
And then earlier in the year, Jake Connor in this form, leading Man of Steel. His form continues, but cast back a month or so, 2 months. No Connor in that England side.
Unbelievable. Considering Mr. Wayne said he was going to pick the England squad on form, but it is somewhat baffling. The thing is, again, with Jake Connor is that he is not a robotic player. He plays on flair, he plays on charisma. Again, like Gary Schofield. And a generation ago, when the Australians hated Gary Schofield, is because he didn't fit the standard sort of NRL, ARL model at that time of a robotic player. He's going to do something different. He's going to do something unpredictable. And if we're going to take the Aussies on in the Ashes and get them toe-to-toe, there's no point picking 17 robots that are going to mimic the Australians, because they'll hammer us. Yeah. But if you mix it up with a few flair players, a few players that the Australians are not going to be able to get the hang of, what's he going to do now? Yeah. And put that doubt into your mind, that is hopefully going to create that edge. Now, whether Mr. Wayne is able to comprehend that concept and coach to that remains to be seen. But we'll have to say, well, let's put it this way, we can't surely rely on the Ashes to the likes of George Williams, who is currently leading, 38th placed Warrington around the thing, because their season has disappeared faster than a salted slug after the Challenge Cup final.
Yeah, you're 100% spot on. You can't out-robot Australian. No. They're too good, they're too clinical, they're too everything. We can't try and take them on at their own game. We need somebody like Jake Connor and arguably Michael Lewis that's going to just give it to him a bit and will do something different. Look, Jake might throw a wobbly pass or something. He might do something wrong, but the good far outweighs the bad. We can't just be clinical, robotic. You're just not going to beat him.
Not going to win anything, are we?
Not at all.
On the other hand, I could be very, very mercenary for Leeds and say it's great that he's not in the Test squad because he's not going to get bashed about in the Test matches and therefore be fit for us next season. But
that's probably 7.
If he's not at least in the squad, there's something wrong with that selection process.
Yeah.
Because from the point when Sean Wayne said all that rubbish about, he didn't play well against St Helens or whatever he said at the time.
Absolute nonsense.
Absolute, which were nonsense when he said it then. Connor's just gone on and on and on.
Yeah, and
in terms of his performances.
Brian Carney asked him again, didn't he? And he's just like, what can I say?
Yeah. We've had Phil on the pod, I think Duncan, Cameron and now Iain all saying, probably ourselves as well, similar things around the Australians, around trying to beat the Australians.
Yeah, well, we'll just see. He might surprise us, might Sean, when we don't know.
Do you feel he will get picked?
No.
Do you feel he will get picked, Iain?
I've got a nasty... It might be one of these weird and wonderful things where he doesn't get picked for the first test and then there is a huge amount of public demand and...
They stick him in for the 2 and 3.
Yeah, which is not going to do anybody any
good.
He
simply has to play. He simply has to play.
He what?
If he finishes... well, even the form he is now, he deserves to play. But if they don't pick him up, England get absolutely battered and lose 3-0. That's how pro Jake Connor I am.
Well, your George William point's a good point, really, because he's not playing well. He's in a poor side. What he's going to be out of the playoffs. What kind of lead up is that for your England captain?
From Wigan, though, isn't he? Yeah.
It's no run in that, is it?
You're not got a player who's going to be in form. I mean, that was the thing that people used to complain about teams going into the grand final where they sort of, missed 2 weeks, is that they were cold and they were flat. So he's going to be kicking around for a month at least, well, more than a month, from sort of mid-September through to mid-October, late October. He's going to be... He's not going to have a serious game for 5 weeks. And then he's going to be expected to go into the most crucial game in this international game in this country for probably, an Ashes Test match for I would say 20 years. But obviously, there's been the World Cup semis. But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's 22 years since last Ashes.
Yeah.
It's important. It's important that players that play in Super League know that they can get picked if they play well in Super League.
Yeah.
Can't just pick on past performances.
Or be mates with Wayne.
Yeah, probably pick all his mates.
What happened?
England will get stuffed. No Palacia, no problem. We were a bit worried when KP wasn't there.
I was, and then I realised we'd just beaten OKR with hardly any props, so I'm like, we'll be fine. And Cooper Jenkins was awesome.
Yeah. On his return.
Yeah. Mick were a bit rusty, but can you imagine going in and playing with when you've just had your...
Precise. I could see why there may have been some apprehension with all.
I mean, he was fine. He didn't do anything wrong. But Jenkins, when he came on,
it's beast mode.
Yeah.
What have you made of Jenkins?
Great signing. Another great signing. And clearly they've gone through the thing of not just picking any old sort of names, but they're getting players who perhaps aren't going to make it at NRL or make it to a reasonable level, but. Coming in from the Queensland Cup, but you are a good player and you are of Super League standard. And it's probably one of those things where, it's maybe a career thing, 2-3 years they'll go back and get an NRL gig. Who knows?
I think Cooper will.
Yeah. Potentially.
But,
I think he's not played every week, has he? And he's sort of earned his place now, and every time he plays, I'm like, wow.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
To sort of spin off on a wee tangent, as I often do.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, if you remember in about this time last year, Reece Martin's going.
Yeah.
And there was a huge, oh, God, what we're going to do? Who's going to kick goals? What's this, Well, first of all, you got a ready-made goal kicker in Jake Connor, so there you go.
Kicking amazingly well, isn't
absolutely. And one of the things we haven't had for donkey's years at Leeds is a tactical kicker as well, so he can float the ball up and cause chaos. So that's not a problem. Ask yourself now, for those of you who said last season losing Reece Martin is going to be an issue, has it? Have we missed Reece Martin?
Not at all.
Certainly not.
And it's no disrespect to him because he's a good player, but
well, if you want me to have a pop at OKR, if you want to build your squad on a 32-year-old second row, then crack on, because you ain't going to get many more miles out of him.
Yeah.
And it's the same sort of thing with Morgan Cannon. Oh well, Morgan's going out there, Yeah, if he wants to go and try himself down under, no problem with that. The next big question is, but what you all forget is who do you replace him with? Mm-hmm. And if you can replace him with a player that nobody's ever heard of out in the Queensland Cup, and he comes over and is absolutely fantastic,
I think Sell will end up in second row. Yeah, I don't think he's big enough to play prop, but he's got really good hands as Presley, which we haven't seen because he's been told to
play up front.
I think he'll end up in second row.
What do you think? End up in the second row with a view to slide him into the middle again, as he develops?
I hate the term, but he's a middle, isn't he? So he's one of them players. Like Jenkins can play second row, Palacia can play second row. So they're that type of players, aren't they?
Bit fluid, bit of a hybrid.
Because where do you fit Presley in when all props are fit?
The gap is at second row, isn't it?
The gap is at second row when Morgan leaves. Because you can't drop Presley now, can you?
No, you can't drop him right.
No.
He's been phenomenal. Joe Shorrock's debut.
Yeah, I've always quite liked him as a player.
Looks good, yeah.
Really hard working, and he chases for everything. He was chasing kickers down. Lovely offload to Jared for Croft's try.
Who made a great run and put Croft in.
Again, I think might be a little bit of a masterstroke with Cameron Smith out as well.
Yeah.
I think he's all right.
Would you make a Shorrocks?
Yeah, great. I can't disagree with that. Yeah,
looked great, didn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, fine. It's great. And again, these players are slotting in really well. I mean, Hankinson and things, but
I thought Hankinson was brilliant.
Well, yeah. To be honest. No, I was saying in the first game of but it's 2 days of getting on the bus from Salford basically. But he's clicking now.
Yeah,
and it goes back to that earlier point of you've got these fresh legs who can do a job and do a decent job right at the right time of the season.
The Hankinson signing makes sense to me now.
Makes more sense the more he plays.
Because it's all right saying throw Riley in there. He's a young kid, isn't he? Hankinson's a big body, and you can see why we've got him.
Yeah,
he's a strong runner, can cover a few positions, and can kick if we ever need him to. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see him stay.
Yeah,
he's definitely staying.
I think he'll stay as like a ECW replacement.
Yeah, he'll get a year.
You know, a player that can cover a few positions, will be happy to play at a big club. I think I'd sign him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like a utility back.
And they can be invaluable, those.
Yeah.
Because he's also going to be a player, and this is no detriment to him, he's going to be a player who will be happy at Leeds, even if...
His second choice.
Even just being at Leeds.
Because he'll get his chance, won't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Outside backs always get injuries.
They always go down.
We don't know how Sivo's going to pull up. We don't know how Hall's going to continue. You know, he's getting another year older, isn't he? But
I think Hankinson will be happy.
I would sign him. It won't be a huge burden on cap. And I think he seems to me the sort of player that'll put his all in for a decent club.
Yeah. I can see that being announced.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, you've got your options covered. You know what you're dealing with. It makes perfect sense for a season or another. One or maybe 2 seasons. For the simple reason, as you say, your backs will get injuries, and you'll therefore get the chance to play, or you've got that option to rotate as well and rest your players. Yes, remember there is that rule with the younger kids as well, so you've got to be a little bit careful.
And we're going to go to 14 teams.
We're going to go to 14
that means
teams.
Two extra crap teams to play, so you might have to rest a few players.
Exactly. And we're in a luxurious position now with our squad, but in previous years we've looked at it and gone, there's no one.
No, and I think that's where Blease is earning his coin, isn't it?
It's more of a squad game.
Because like you say,
rather than
everyone's very quick to say, throw kids in. Doesn't always do them the best it could, does it? Riley's played, 17, 18 games?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have even in his wildest dreams thought he were going to do that.
Get to that.
But when now we're at this edge of season, it's Hankinson all the way for me. And
another academy product made a return too, Max Simpson. It was great to see Max back. What did you make of Max's performance?
Again, another player that slotted straight into the system.
Yeah.
The problem or the issue with Max was that fairly serious injury.
Yeah.
I mean, when the bodyboard comes out and you're strapping folks down, it's serious stuff. I understand. Subsequently, I think it's only bruising or something like that. It's not serious. So,
he's been cleared of serious injury.
That's great. So that's fantastic. Because the last thing you wanted was the kid to be carted off and not seen for another 9 months again. So that must have been a hell of, and that went through everybody's mind, probably including his. But great, and it gives us that other option again. We've got bountiful options in terms of what we can do and where these players are, and we can slot them in. So effectively, we have got with probably only a quarter of the season or a fifth of the season remaining, essentially another new signing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And again, if you're going into that playoffs, you need fresh bodies, you need folks that are fit. 2 or 3 games as well. The Huddersfield game's probably not going to be the most onerous one. The Catalan game is probably not going to be the most onerous one. Get a bit of game time, get a bit of match fitness, and then you hit the playoffs with all of these guys wanting it and seeing what they can do, and the team firing. What a fantastic position to be in.
Yeah.
I thought Max went really, really well.
Yeah, he did.
It didn't look like he'd not played for 3 years,
which is a massive compliment to him to go straight in at Super League level.
Yeah, and he's a pretty unassuming guy, isn't he? But he's physically looks ready. I thought he was great, and I'm really pleased that they've looked after him and stuck by him. I think that will pay dividends going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
They must think something good of him if they've persisted with him for essentially 3 years of fairly serious injuries. So they must see something in him.
Definitely.
And it's just that now time to develop it.
I think Max next couple of years will be his default centre.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be that good, but he just needs to run of games on it.
If anyone needs a break from injury,
it's him.
Max Simpson. But wish him all the best, and thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully he's going to be okay.
Is okay. To nil any Super League side, no matter who they are, no matter where they're from, is impressive.
Yeah. And Hull are particularly blowing sort of hot and cold at the moment.
I still think, just on I still think they've got loads to do.
I think
that team is absolutely pants.
The squad is too old. They've got some brilliant youngsters. Their outside backs are brilliant.
Yeah, they are superb.
I think their established players are too old. That's why they've got loads of injuries.
I can see why they brought those types of players in.
I think it were a holding season, this, wasn't it?
Exactly, and just to hold the reins.
Speaking to some Hull fans, they're more than happy not to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They realise that from where they were last year to where they are now is a huge step forward. It's gonna take them a couple of years, I think. But they've got some cracking youngsters. Totally different to the team from the other side of Hull. Who have they got any youngsters? Do they have any academy players?
No.
I don't even think Michael Lewis wanted.
It were an FC.
Well, they had a shared academy, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
I don't think they do now.
No, they don't. No, they've gone their separate ways.
I know it's not a Hull podcast, but I don't like to see teams that are doing so well with no academy players.
Academy coming through. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whether how much you hate Wigan or they've got
Saints.
Kids,
I hate Saints. Yeah,
Saints. They've got their homegrown kids coming through, aren't they? And Hull are doing that. As much as it were a treacherous season last season, them young kids that came through, it's done them a world of good.
Absolutely.
You might have 1 or 2 years where you sort of have a bit of a flash and you compete and you look something like, but the foundations are built on sand. So you've not got any of those replacements coming through, and so who are you going to replace them with? I mean, again, one of my argument, going back to the point that I made earlier with Reece Martin, is he signed for Hull KR when he was 32.
Yeah.
So at the end of a 2-year contract, he'll be 34. You've got, what's his name, Where Hargreaves at 30 odd years old, and there's nobody under 30 in there. And you looked at you look at the great sides from history, and they've had a mix of mature players, but they've also had players in their mid-20s. They maybe had one or two young players coming through as well, and it's that mix that you need. And if you kind of have a look at that now, that's the sort of mix that Leeds have got.
Leeds, it's scary how good that crop of youngsters coming through is.
Yeah.
And what's been really good, they've had a club-wide strategy, haven't they, this year, which people might not notice, but they've played the strongest reserve side, they've played the strongest academy side, and it looks like they're going to win both them competitions.
Yeah.
And it's been a strategy to keep them in the lead system.
Yeah.
A lot of clubs send players out, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've not really done that this year. We helped Salford out with it.
Yeah, everyone's had to on the whole day and prop them up.
The strategy is to keep them in the system so that they can slot in. It's a very Wigan way of doing it. Wigan for years, and I'm sorry, but for years they put a youngster in, don't they? And it's like, well, it looks like he's
just slots in
because and that is exactly what our team's looking like now.
Yeah.
Max comes in straight into the system.
Presley.
The other issue is that you don't have the problem that we had at the end of the Golden Generation, where you had 7 or 8 players who all got sort of to about 32, 33 all at the same time. And
it was mismanaged, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were totally mismanaged, that. I mean, it's not easy to manage, is it? But it were like, we got to 2018 when Danny and Rob retired, and we're like,
what we're going to do?
We've got a mid-table team.
Yeah.
We've rectified it.
Right, yeah. Took a long time to put it right. The score, not just a massive statement win, 34-0, but it's clinched our first playoff place since...
That is weird, isn't it?
2022.
Yeah, but the thing is about 2022, we didn't clinch it till last minute of the last game.
Game.
How nice is it to have it? See that little graphic on Instagram that says the Rhinos.
The Rhinos are in the playoffs. We seem to be able to score heavily, Iain, but also concede little. This bodes well for the playoff run. Do you agree?
And as Chris alluded to earlier, is that the defence has fired pretty much most of the season. What didn't fire originally is that the attack didn't put the points on. It is now doing it.
Yeah.
And boy, we could be quite scary. And as I say, we're hitting form at the right time.
No one will want to play Leeds in playoff.
No one want to play us.
Well,
home or away.
Other than sort of St Helens, which are semi-bogey team,
massive bogey team,
we've beaten pretty much everybody else that's going to be in there.
Yeah.
And we just need to beat Catalans in 2 weeks, and we've beaten every team in Super League.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened for quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the sign over Hull KR, who I think are probably a little bit on the slide after the cup win. Now I think it's
hitting them now.
Yeah. And again, they've not had those fresh legs. Wigan are probably where they are by default in terms of that's the side that they are with the quality that they've got. Then there's us. Lee are probably a little bit of an unknown package, but we've got the sign over them. Where I don't think we don't go and fear Lee.
Yeah.
We certainly, and then potentially now is the time. You can lose to St Helens 3 times in a season and then win when it matters. That's what we used to do. So.
Absolutely, we're used to that.
I don't think we should be fearing anyone. I think
they should be fearing us.
I think they will.
Yeah.
It's just when I saw that little graphic, I was like, God, that
finally
feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Finally.
And 3 games to spare.
Yeah.
And it means that Brad can plan that.
Can plan the playoff run.
Yeah. Whereas before, when you're scraping in on last game, all you're trying to do is...
You're just scrambling through.
Didn't we beat Castleford at last minute?
Castleford.
Absolutely dire game.
We missed... Was it C or was it Hardacre twice? Knocked it on twice. Or did Hardacre knock on as they were clean through, then Caesar, and then last one was Hardacre won it, scored.
I think I've tried to wipe it out. I'm just concentrating on how good we are now.
Yeah, that's true. Was this a true 80-minute performance, do you feel?
I would probably a 70-minute performance, but sort of take that the wrong way. Certainly by half-time the job was done.
Yeah.
What took the wind out of the sails in the second half was the Max Simpson injury, and what was it?
massively.
Must have been about 10 minutes or so.
65
minutes.
And then, yeah.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Yes, that's it. Yeah, because there was 15 minutes to go when it restarted. So that didn't have. It took the momentum out of the game. Also, as well, you could kind of sort of see the Leeds team all gathered in the middle. I mean, they were great to see them warming up and throwing the ball around, and great. That was, whilst other players just sort of, scratched various parts of the body and gazed into the stand. But they kept fit and kept warm. But you could also see. Is that something serious? Is that, are we going to get some bad news when we go back in the dressing room? And that just took the edge off it. The great thing is that we were well clear on the scoreboard.
I think they were really chasing that 0 in that second half.
Yeah.
You could tell that they did the right thing. It got a bit scrappy, didn't it, in the end? And it probably was the injury. But even before that, I was like, they're going for the nil here.
Yeah. Because we'd almost had the nil at Castaway. We almost had the nil at KR at home.
Yeah, and
so I think they really wanted that 0.
They were box kicking, keeping them down. They were just stifling them.
They just wanted the 0.
So it might have looked like we'd not given up, but they were trying to defend that 0. I think.
Yes.
So the game plan totally changed.
Yeah, massively.
A declaration in cricketing terms.
Yes, very much. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. It's now time for the stats pack. Thanks as always to the Stig for these stats. Spoke to the Stig again. Spoke to the Stig earlier, and he said he was nervous when KP was missing, but Leeds looked tough. They don't panic when they make mistakes. Connor was unplayable, and he is making Sean Wayne look silly for not picking him. Good old Stig. So into the stats. Lucky Miller, 70 minutes, 241.
It's not 300, Lockie. What are you doing?
I'd love him to get to 300. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? In the grand final, 300. Yeah. Ryan Hall, 109. Harry Newman, 100. Max Simpson, 65 minutes, 106.
Fantastic.
Some going in it.
Outstanding. Talking of outstanding, Chris Hankinson, 157. Absolutely fantastic. And then it continues. Brodie Croft 147, Jake Connor 105, Presley 52 minutes, 24 tackles, 91 metres.
Wow,
absolutely.
Yes.
That's a lot of metres from your backs and your outside backs.
That is a hell of a lot, and for Presley to be racking up 24 tackles and 91 metres in 52 minutes.
Well, you know when Lockie broke through and we scored a bit after that,
yes.
With that forward pass. But I was talking to a guy next to me, Paul, who a big fan of the Lock Pod.
Hi,
Came
Paul.
up and said hello. So I was talking to him, and Lockie had got ball, and then I'd missed his break
In the time that you finished talking.
Oh
my God, he's gone.
So I had to really watch it. I thought Lockie were good. But he's kind of standard, isn't it?
It's just standard. In
They couldn't get hold of him.
Fullback stuff. Jared O'Connor, 73 metres. Michalewski, 34 minutes, 21 tackles, 50 metres.
Yeah, managed his minutes, didn't he?
Yeah, real decent return. James McDonnell, 66 metres. Morgan Gannon, 123 metres.
Wow.
Callum, 107 metres. It continues. Sam Lasone, 101 metres.
Wow.
Cooper Jenkins, 101 metres. Sam Lasone, 30 minutes, 101. Cooper Jenkins, 30 minutes, 101.
Some impact from you.
Absolute.
Props there, innit?
Massive. And then Joe Shoddock, 69 metres, 23 tackles. From 50 minutes, the tackles, they read as they always read. Jared O'Connor has got the most with 44. Morgan Gannon with 33. And James McDonnell with 32. And, errors. 12 for Hull, 13 for Leeds. It's now time to decide our Lucky Miller Fast Signs Player of the Match. But just before we decide our votes, we'd love for you to play along at home. Please comment below this video on YouTube with your selection for your Lucky Miller Fast Signs Player of the Match, and let's see if you agree with us We do have a Leeds Rhinos message board now, thelotpod.com. No, it isn't.
Might be in future.
Might be in future,
It's
but
not
for now
yet.
it isn't. Thelotpod.proboards.com. Thelotpod.proboards.com. We pop a poll on there after every game, and the winner of that poll also counts as a vote. Do you know the forum vote for today?
Yeah.
It is?
Jake Connor.
Of course it is. So the forum have voted for Jake Connor. But, gentlemen, who do you vote for your Fast Signs player of the match?
It's a tough one, isn't it? It'll be, I think I might just have to go Jake Connor.
Jake Connor from Iain. Producer Chris.
I'm not going Jake Connor.
Are you not?
No, and I'm going to go for somebody that you did. I didn't do the poll this week. You did it, didn't you?
I didn't put him on.
You didn't put him
Cooper.
on. No. It might be. This is my controversial take.
Oh,
I'm going for bestie of the pod, Jared O'Connor.
Jared!
I thought he slid under the radar by everyone commenting on him. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. I thought it was his best game at year.
Yeah.
Jake Connor was obviously the man of the match, but he's not my pick.
You see what happens, Jared, when you come on the pod?
Yeah. I thought he was outstanding, and I don't think he'd get. And I'm not saying this because he's a good friend of the pod.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I don't think he gets the plaudits he deserves.
No, he doesn't.
His work rate, lovely break for cross.
Yeah,
try.
really good from the Shorrocks offload.
I just saw his work rate, and I think he's underrated
Massively.
So I'm just.
But we're
giving
bound
him,
to say that.
I'm just giving him a bit of a lift. So he's my vote for the man of the match.
I'm going to agree with the forum, and I'm going to agree with Iain.
Sorry, Jared.
Producer Chris tried his best. Jared tried his best. Jake Connor, you are once again, for the millionth time, only just behind Lackey, I reckon, in the overall pitch of the year.
If we were actually competent and kept
It probably the Jake Connor and Lucky Miller.
we don't keep it. We'll have to go back and watch every single.
So we'll go back and just watch them all and tell us, and then we'll know then.
Are we going to give player at year when we do?
For sure. Jake Connor, you are the Lucky Miller Fast Science Player of the Match. Congratulations. It's now time to look ahead to the Rhinos' next fixture, which is Huddersfield on Thursday night as we record this. Any changes to the side, gentlemen? Anything you'd like to see?
I think Max will be out, won't he?
Yeah, I think he'll be stood down.
I don't know whether I'd be tempted to put Hankinson in centre and give Lum a game, or put Watkins there, and put Shorrocks at 13 from the start.
Maybe, but I'd prefer to keep Callum where he is. I think we'd lose a little bit too much.
The only reason I'm saying that is that at some point in a big game, he might have to move to centre.
That's true.
So do we plan for that rather than changing wholesale? It's against Huddersfield. Let's face it, they're on the beach, aren't they? They've given up.
They've done.
We shouldn't be losing it. In fact, we should be walloping them.
Yeah.
Whether it turns out that way, I don't know. But I would put Callum there. I know what you're saying, but do we need Callum at 13 against Huddersfield? Probably not.
Probably not. Iain?
I mean, the other thing is will Palacio be available again? So that's the other.
Yeah, I'd possibly
Give him another week.
Yeah. We're not missing. We're not going to miss him against Huddersfield. I don't think.
No.
So possibly go the same side, but obviously I'd put Callum at centre, put Shorrocks at 13 to start. So that means I need to put somebody on bench there, don't I?
Yeah.
Ackers or Jackson Field.
Yeah. At the moment, it's the thing I was probably also thinking about with Hull is there anybody in the Huddersfield side that you would want in that Leeds side? And I think the answer is no.
What, Matt Frawley?
Yeah.
Well, he's injured.
Is there anybody in the Hull side that you would have put in the Leeds side? No. So I think we've possibly got.
Yeah, I think
we've got enough to go with.
George Flanagan's a good player. He's not getting in ahead of Lockie, is he?
No,
but he's a good player.
Yeah.
Changes for you, Iain?
Well, I mean, again, obviously Simpson, I think, will probably be enforced based on the injury that he's taken. Either of those combinations would work. I think Shorrocks will have had another week at Leeds and another a way to sort of, get himself in the moves and get sorted. So he's not probably going to let us down at 13. You've got Callum at... you could pop Callum in the centre quite easily. Both would work.
We're fine.
And we'll be fine. Let's be confident about us and let them worry about your Leeds.
Let's finish up the pod then. Predictions for this one.
You're going to get this one right this time.
You think I am?
Yeah,
I'm going
you're
Leeds.
edging closer and closer every week.
I'm going Leeds by 34.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm going Leeds by 40.
Really?
I think they're going to wallop them.
You've gone above me. First time in lot pod
Did you see
history.
any of them against Wakefield?
No.
What have Huddersfield got to play for?
Nothing, they're on the beach.
Just if we don't go out and wallop them, so I'm going by 40.
Ian, what say
what
you?
Can I possibly say
Two
to
high
that? I'll go for a diplomatic 24 then.
24.
Leeds by 24.
24, 34. You might as well go 44.
44 then.
There we go. So now when it's 40, you can bollock me.
And I think they'll score one try, and it'll be George Flanagan. So it's going to be 50 points to 4.
54.
50 to 4.
50
no,
to 4.
50 to 6.
50 to 6.
We can't get done maths.
The maths is not mathing. Thanks to Ian, great to see you, great to have you back on the pod. Thanks to Chris as always. Thanks everybody for watching. If you are watching, please do head over and watch our Battle of the Podcasts podcast.
Well done.
With Jared O'Connor and Tom Nicholson-Watton, and head over as well and watch our Danny Maguire special, both worth watching in the build up to the game this week. If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, please do leave us a 5-star review. Just boosts us up those podcast charts more than you'll know. And don't forget you can follow us throughout the week on Instagram and TikTok. If you just search the Lot Pod, that is us there. And we'll see you all for the Huddersfield review. Take care.